Construction of the greenhouse will speed the process of replanting the forests that our future generations can enjoy and maintain. Partial site work had already begun several years ago adjacent to the Red Lake Elementary School. This is a project that we are looking forward to beginning in the spring of 2008. Several years ago, the Criminal Justice Center project began on the reservation. Only a third of the facility was completed. What exists now is only the detention center portion. Due to a decrease in federal funding and numerous cuts through the Department of Interior and BIA, the project stalled. The law enforcement center and tribal courts components need to be completed this year. The tribe currently has $1.7 million in grant funding to put towards completion of the complex, but it will take an additional $3 million to see it finalized. With no relief in sight from the federal government in terms of construction dollars and an ever-pressing need for completion, the tribe has no choice but to take on the responsibility of completing the project ourselves. The building where our court staff now operates has been declared condemnable by facilities management, and our officers are only temporarily housed in the detention facility. The band needs to act now on the completion of these facilities. The financing of both the greenhouse and the Justice Center complex will create no additional debt to the Red Lake Band. We will be redirecting resources that otherwise would have been paid back to the tribe through gaming disbursements. Basically moving money from here to help pay for a desperate need that our communities have. International relations. As a positive exercise of sovereignty, the Red Lake Nation has reached out to other tribal and world nations for business and additional services. This year, Red Lake entered into the CITCO heating oil program and has received over $500,000 in home heating oil assistance from the Venezuelan government. The program is going well, and with these resources, we are able to offer heating and energy assistance to our tribal members. Even our off-reservation members throughout Minnesota are eligible for this program. The program will run through March of this year, and we encourage those tribal members who have not yet received the assistance to sign up to our weatherization program. Canadian First Nations. The Swampy Cree First Nations of Canada is the largest producer of freshwater walleye in Canada. Tribal Representative Swampy Cree attended the grand opening of the Red Lake Fisheries recently and have expressed interest in having the Red Lake Nation process their fish product as well. If this is accomplished by June of this year, we will be able to employ up to 30 additional tribal members at the Red Lake Fisheries. Culture and language. Stinging. This year we will see the completion of a new roundhouse in the Panema district and the start of plans for another to be built on the south side of the lake at a yet to be determined location. These cultural restoration projects are funded in part by gravel sales from ongoing road construction projects on the reservation. That will be completed this year. We spoke about those last year in the state of the band. Also, the tribe has required a 3-year, $825,000 youth build grant that will also assist with the effort. The youth build program, which will be administered through the Tribal College and New Beginnings, will provide vocational education, training, and summer employment for 30 reservation youth beginning this year. Red Lake has also received a $100,000 Ojibwe language planning grant that will assist in establishing a structured language preservation program on the reservation. This is the first in a series of implementation grants through the administration for Native Americans. The Red Lake Nation Youth Council, in coordination with Family and Children's Services, is in the process of establishing a summer youth language immersion project in partnership with the United States Forest Service. The Camp Rabideau language immersion effort will see youth working part-time through the United States Forest Service while being mentored by language advisors who will teach plant and forest identification using the Ojibwe language. This project is slated for the summer of 2008. Other initiatives, and I'm nearing the end now. In 2007, the Tribal Council and Chiefs received executive training in business and leadership through the University of Arizona's Native Nation Institute and the Udall Center on Public Policy. Representative Pemberton was invited to Harvard University to speak on the Red Lake fisheries and the efforts that are taking place here. Represented us well and did a fine job. As a follow-up, the October Tribal Council retreat included discussions on constitutional reform, federal Indian law, and writing the Red Lake Nation's tribal history. This year, we will be creating a digital library of all Red Lake Nation historical material. In 2008, community forums will address all of these issues, as well as the issue of tribal enrollment. Treaty rights. The Red Lake Band is currently conducting a comprehensive review of the 1863 Old Crossing Treaty and the 1889 Agreement. Also, issues of land restoration and the acquisition of new tribal lands are being researched and considered as well. Red Lake has identified numerous land holdings that the band would like to either consolidate, reclaim, or make available for tribal use. Research is ongoing. In closing, I want to thank all of you for attending today. And again, thank you, Council, Chiefs, veterans, the Yahweh Singers, Tommy J., and all of the programs and all of the visitors and people who have attended here today. I'm pleased to report today that the future looks good for the Red Lake Band. And our tribe is in pretty good shape. And it will only get better as we all work together toward the common good of the entire Red Lake Nation. Miao, miigwech.